What up, yo? Renegade Sage. So I'm about to give you a what if video. What if Naruto was neglected and the Ghost Rider? So thank you guys for watching the latest what is and subscribing. Keep subscribing and commenting down below. So at this point, we're expecting Naruto to be kidnapped at the beginning of the story, and he will be abused and tortured for the whole 5 days, and he will be raped by a Janine and four tunings. So let's hop into the introduction and we'll be back for the real story.
あなたはお兄ちゃんになる。
So guys, that was it for the introduction. I just want to thank those states which are there: United States, United Kingdom, Bahrain, India, and let's not forget Canada. So thank you guys for watching my what ifs from the beginning and not giving up. So let's hop into the video actually, because I think we're running out of time. So what if Naruto was neglected and the Ghost Rider? So this story will be a little bit deep and dark. So at the point, Naruto's just a 13-year-old boy just wandering, and he's an outcast. So he just went by for a walk. So at this point, Naruto's still the goofy guy we all know, who plays smart and dumb at the same time. So Naruto was kidnapped by the Genin and Chunin, 4 tunings and 1 Genin. So they started beating him up and breaking his bones, but because Naruto had healing power because of the ninth chakra, he healed quickly. So all those wounds which they did to him, they didn't matter. So they dragged him into the cave which was nearby. So at the point, Naruto was going to be tortured, and he was being tortured, being beaten up. Kunoha is being thrown at him, stabbing him, writing things on his chest. So the Jinin said, "Oh, guys, look at this. This boy is very special. He can regenerate again. Maybe you can have a little bit more fun with him." So suddenly his kneecaps were busted and he couldn't run at the point. And he was just crying, and they were not even feeling sorry for him. So they kept picking him up and interrogating him. Then another tuning said, "Oh man, I thought there would be more into this kid, this bright demon. Like, I heard that he was so powerful because of what is inside of him, but now I just see they're just talking." So guys, let's just get it over with. Suddenly the Genin started taking off his pants, and I don't want to go into the details, guys. Like, they raped him. So he cried for the whole 3 nights without eating, without drinking anything. Suddenly they came back. They kept torturing him. The wounds were healing, but not all of them healed quickly because they kept hitting him more and more. Suddenly, Naruto just started crying, saying, "Why me?" Even Kurama inside of Naruto started crying, "Why us? Why us?" And when Naruto started crying that much, those kids didn't even feel sorry for him. They said, "We are still going to have fun with you, so just keep crying until you don't feel no more pain." Suddenly that happened. They kept hitting him until it was the moment he can't even feel any pain of the torture which they were doing to him, because it has been 5 days since he was being tortured. So none of the pain matters now. So suddenly the ground shook when the guys were out, started shaking, and now we just saw flames coming from the ground and cracking. And at the point, he was shitless. I mean, that's what I can say. I mean, he couldn't even move or shake, like run. His kneecaps are better to so that he can walk and run, but he couldn't because he was very, very, very scared. He just said, who are you guys? What do you want? Suddenly, it was the demon himself. He just dragged Naruto down to hell, actually. So he found himself falling into the fire pit, and everything was just fire, volcanoes. And suddenly, the demon asked, "Hey kid, so do you wanna make a deal? Do you want me to make all this pain go away? Do you want me to lift the pain out of you? Are you tired of the pain?" Suddenly Naruto just replied, yes, please, help me. Suddenly the demon said, but it will be a case suddenly. Will you be able to handle it? Naruto just said, anything to help me. Then the demon said, okay, so it's a deal then, and the deal is already done, so get back out there. So when the Chunin and the Genin were coming back into the cave, they just found Naruto coming out of the fireless pit, coming out of the ground. I mean, they were confused as shit, so they kind of went into Naruto. They wanted to beat him up for kind of escaping, because suddenly it's like escaping. So as they went up to him, he stood up and started to, how can I say, he stood up and he kneeled down because he was feeling the heat, too much heat on his body. And when he was kneeling down, he felt the skin peeling away. I mean, it was just like the real Ghost Rider, but this time it was different. The skin was peeling away without even burning. Suddenly, fire started on his scalp, and everyone was scared. But they said, it doesn't matter, right? The Genin said. I mean, he's still the weak kid we all know, so there's nothing he can do. When he goes up to him, because it was him, the first one to rape Naruto, I mean, he bent his I don't want to go to the details today. He bent his down there, So suddenly the others were scared as shit, and two were running, and the two were just hiding because the Ghost Rider can summon chains in the comics. He can control chains. He catch those two which were running, and first he dealt with those one which were hiding and pulled another one from another section and hold his neck, and he bent him alive, screaming raw. Suddenly the others were just saying, I'm sorry man, please spare me. The other one, he hit him, man, with a fist which went through right his chest and burned him throughout. I mean, he was dead. So now it was time for those two to be dealt with, which were caught in chains. So as he walked up to them, he found two of them shitting themselves, pissing off. Yeah. Suddenly he picked one. This one was so ruthless. He was the one who was writing things with a kunai on Naruto's chest and everything, stabbing him, and yes. So he grabbed him by the head and said, look into my eyes. You're going to feel all those pains which you have caused to others, and the pain which you have caused me, you're going to live with that pain. And suddenly he was scared because he was still trapped in the pain which he caused other people's, and which he caused Naruto. And the other one, now he was left without any shit. He was just pissing himself on the ground. It was just watery, like for real. This one, he just stand there and let the chains to pain him throughout, just like a gorilla, you know. Suddenly, Naruto's power of being a Ghost Rider just went down, and when he finally comes out of the Ghost Rider, he just said, "Oh, I wasn't dreaming. It was real. So I did it. I have real powers now. Yes, thank you. Thank you." At the moment, he didn't realize it was a curse, right? But to him, it was very grateful because he could defend himself now. No one will bully him again. So Naruto went back to the village, and when the guards saw him, they asked him, "Naruto, are you okay?" Because it's been a long time since they've seen him. The guards were the people who I can say, sorry, they were pretty close to Naruto, and I think they were friends. Let's say they were friends, okay? Because they did him favors, bring him food if he didn't have food. And suddenly, when he entered the village, everyone was saying, "Yes, the demon boy," because he was in fire last time. He was the Ghost Rider. Everyone smelled, I mean, a little bit scent of fire and smoke in Naruto, and they all backed away because they didn't like the smell which Naruto represents. So he was saved again from the villagers. Suddenly, the Hokage approached Naruto and asked Naruto, "Have you seen 4 Chunins and 1 Genin? And where have you been?" Suddenly, Naruto lied and said, I haven't seen those. I have been around just taking a walk and a break from all of this." Suddenly, the Hokage said, "Okay, that's great for your health though. Have you trained?" Naruto said, "No, I don't have a trainer right now because Jiraiya is out, just busy with his heavy stuff." Suddenly, the Hokage called upon Kakashi, and Kakashi promised to take care of Naruto and protect him suddenly. But Naruto told Kakashi that he didn't need any protection because he had real power. And Kakashi asked Naruto when they were in private, "What kind of power and what do you mean you don't need any training?" Suddenly Naruto burst out the Ghost Rider. At this point he could control it, but let's say 74% of it he could control it. The other 26 he couldn't control it. So Kakashi was just amazed and, what can I say, were out of speech, out of words, and Naruto just suddenly changed back and said, "See what I mean?" And Kakashi sensed that the other 26 Naruto couldn't control it, so he just said, "I'll train you, kid." So if you want part 2, just comment down below. Renekon Sage out. Take care, guys.